I told you to delete those.
Do you know what? You deserve each other. Enjoy it while you can, because he'll be off shagging around behind your back. He probably is already at it. You know, he was saying he wanted to get back with me 2 days ago.
You're desperate. You look desperate, babe.
Shut up. Just shut your fucking face.
Don't talk to her like that.
What? What are you gonna do about it? Raise your hand to me, big man? I don't think so.
That party. You remember? After walking away from the river through empty streets as the sun came up, sunglasses on because the ache behind the eyes. Kev stayed on deck all night because he was seasick. You remember?
I think he did puke when the boat did a U-turn by the Thames barrier.
Is that still called a U-turn when it's a boat?
Simon came halfway across London on the tube dressed as Grace Jones, and that funny little bloke he'd picked up on the way was running around after him all night.
He was convinced he pulled Grace Jones at the tube station.
The cafe on the corner, was that the first?
Yeah.
The smell of the frying meat fat blowing into the street from the extraction fan. Love it.
Do you remember the tables? Red and yellow formica, and the chairs, totally retro, way before it was trendy.
Just old then.
A proper greasy spoon. Gosh, I miss those. It's all artisanal coffee and sourdough toast around there now. We sat in the window and those thick white mugs of the hottest tea.
We got extra toast because the bloke fancied you.
And the beans, they were always really thick, you remember? And sort of congealing on a bit on the surface. And crispy fried eggs, crunchy bits around the edges. You stab the yolk with the knife to watch it run out all over the toast. A week later, was it the same boat we were on?
It was just a week later. Not our time.
Such a buzz. I get to go to all these really cool events, and the paps are there snapping away, flashes going off, shouting my name to get me to look at them. My name. And everybody wants to know what I'm wearing, what car I drive, what I eat, where I shop, where I go on holiday. And it's amazing, you know? I get all this free stuff sent to me, and all I have to do is use it or wear it and then get casually snapped with it. I mean, it's not casual, not at all. My agent sets it up so that they know where to find me at a specific time, but it looks like I just happened to be there and a photographer got lucky.
My granny was a flapper with a Louise Brooks bob, scarlet Cupid's bow, and a silver hip flask in her garter, sitting on a paper crescent moon in the photographer's studio, glancing at the camera from the corner of her eye. It was taken for her 21st birthday. At 14, she ran away and followed her brother to war. They kept her a week and then sent her home. Wild and rebellious, she grabbed the 1920s and liberated herself from the constraints of her Edwardian childhood, throwing off the horror of a war that robbed families of their young men and a cruelly timed pandemic that took her sister. She danced to jazz and played piano in a bar. I used to ask her, what was it like? And she'd say, oh, you had to be there, darling. It was early in the morning, foggy. We really couldn't see much, maybe a couple of feet ahead in the road, but the lights were bouncing back off the fog. The hedgerows were dark and shadowy as we drove, broken by the occasional 5-bar gate. It was the middle of nowhere, beyond nowhere. One of those mad weekends where we gathered at a service station on the roadway, then drove to a remote spot. the beats and lights throbbing, flashing in the distance. And suddenly you were there in the middle of that throng, feeling a collective energy.
We were still high on the energy and the music. I had to brake hard. We skidded a bit. I don't know, maybe loose stones on the road or oil or something. I stopped, stalled the car. Something banged underneath it somewhere.
We could smell petrol. Our headlights picked out the shape of the wreckage. One of the doors was open. The driver was still in her seat, staring straight ahead. Someone in the back was trying to tip the passenger seat forward to get out. When she saw us, she started to scream. And it was in the middle of nowhere.
They'd gone into a tree on the bend. Poor visibility, misjudged the road, maybe. I kept expecting her to sort of snap out of it and get out of the car, shake her head at the crushed bonnet and mangled chassis. I had to stop looking at her in the end.
I thought someone must have heard the crash.
The passenger door was open. She had wandered away, only a few yards. There was an open gate. We didn't see it at first because of the fog.
He ran miles to find a phone, a row of cottages set back from the lane. A man drove back with him while I was waiting for him to come back. I found the other girl.
I do a lot of PAs. I get to go to all these clubs and nice restaurants because if I'm seen there, then other people want to go. So they send a really nice car and security. I get to be in the VIP area. It's roped off with those thick, silky ropes. They unhook one end to let me in. Sometimes they have a little sign in a metal stand that says VIP area. It's not a different room, most times. Just a separate area near the bar or a booth at the end of the room. The music is still the same. The corners are still dark. The floor is still sticky. And people come and get a selfie with me. Some just look at me, weighing me up. And now they want to know who I'm dating. Is he cheating on me? Am I cheating on him? Am I embracing my curves or displaying my dramatic weight loss? Have I had fillers or Botox? Is my hair long or is it short? Am I flaunting my luscious blonde waves or showcasing my raven locks? Am I breathing out or am I breathing in? Am I drinking too much? Am I taking drugs? Are my friends concerned? Am I getting drunk on a night out, falling out of the cab into the gutter? The cracks are starting to appear in my relationship as I'm snapped, rowing in the street with my boyfriend. Does he hit me or do I hit him? Are we on a make or break holiday or are we splitting up? Am I breathing out or am I breathing in? Am I breathing?
No one knew who he was till he started dating her. Suddenly, he has all these amazing clothes, goes to all these parties. He was no one, really, just some boy. And now he's famous just because he's dating her. I thought, I want that. So I went after him. He liked the attention, not just from me, but I got him. And then it was me they were writing about, me they were waiting for to catch me getting my coffee on the go, dashing in to get my nails done, whether I was with him or not.
You think you know me? Who I am really? I'm famous. I'm in the papers. I have a YouTube channel. I have a profile. I am a brand. Thousands of followers. I am all over the internet. Put my name in and just see how much stuff comes up. You know me. I check my phone to see what they've written, which shots they've used, check how I look. I see myself. Except I don't. I was in a club last week and people are coming over and saying, how's it going? And I'm like, living my best life, babe. Know what I mean? And this really good looking boy was hanging around and eventually he came over to the VIP area to speak to me. And he was really nice boy. And he says to me,
So, what is it you do?
like, he had no idea who I was. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he says,
Are you a model or an actress or something? What do you do?
I said,
My granny would take her children to the cinema every week. There was always a newsreel, Pate News, grainy black and white footage of Spitfire flying in formation, or plucky firemen on crazily long ladders tackling the burning buildings in the London Blitz. An authoritative male voice matter-of-factly described the scene and sometimes made a jovial remark as if it were all such jolly good fun, pulling together to beat old Adolf. As it was ending, the full horror was revealed when troops drove in to liberate Belsen. My mother asked my granny if there would still be news now that the war was over.
so I have to decide. What do I give away? Which pieces of me do you get? Because there is always someone ready to take your place. Younger, thinner, curvier, louder, hungrier. I have to decide. I take the knife and I cut just sliver at first, but it's not enough. Others feed them more, so I cut off more flesh and offer it, and they run back to me, and on we go until we have no more flesh on our bones, cannibalizing ourselves to feed our habit. And you? You're as addicted to me as I am to all this.
I wasn't in the room when they started. I don't know what set them off.
I was by the door, but I only noticed when they started shouting.
Was anybody there?
I'm not sure.
People were starting to notice, then other people noticed them. They started to drift toward the doorway, but the music was still really loud at that point. People were still drinking and dancing. You couldn't hear what was happening. I guess people were looking to see what everyone else was looking at.
I got a notification, so I checked my phone. That's when I realized who it was.
I don't know who filmed it. I got it from Sam, but she wasn't there, so I guess someone had sent it to her.
I used to follow her.
What happens if all of this stops? Where would I go? She go. That girl everyone thinks is me. What are you even saying to me? I was your girlfriend for 2 years.
Was his girlfriend. Was.
Shut up.
Was.
Shut up. Just shut up. Don't even talk to me.
He's with me now, so you just need to get over it. Move on, babe.
Don't babe me. I am not your babe.
Look, I know it must be hard for you seeing me with someone else.
Get over yourself. I am so done here.
Yeah, looks like it.
You need to stop talking right now. You need to shut her up.
Don't tell him to shut me up.
You need to shut the fuck up right now. This has nothing to do with you.
Don't talk to her like that.
It's got nothing to do with her.
He's with me now, so it has plenty to do with me.
You can't just turn up here with her, rubbing my face in it, when there's people who'll be putting this all over their Insta.
Babe.
I thought you was over him. You keep saying how over him you are. It's all over your social media, so you're either over him or you're not. You know what I mean?
So you're still following me then?
Babe, I don't want things to be awkward between us.
Well, you should have thought of that before you cheated on me with that.
We're gonna keep bumping into each other.
Don't think I don't know she was sniffing around you while we were still together.
I didn't get with her until after we'd split up.
That's not true, though.
Are you for real? Are you standing there literally telling me you were with him while we was still together?
Why are you saying that? Babe, it wasn't like that.
Yes, it was. Just tell her.
What happened?
This is what we were doing.
In my hot tub? That's classy. Did your clothes just fall off then or what?
I told you to delete those.
Do you know what? You deserve each other. Enjoy it while you can, because he'll be off shagging around behind your back. He's probably already at it. You know, he was saying he wanted to get back with me 2 days ago.
You're desperate. You look desperate, babe.
Shut up. Just shut your fucking face.
Don't talk to her like that.
What? What are you gonna do about it? Raise your hand to me, big man? I don't think so.
Get off him. What are you even doing?
Back off.
Ugh.
Those images. Her face has been blurred now for the papers, but I saw the stuff that was online. Our niece, 14 years old, she had them on her phone, passing them around outside the school. She said, "Oh, everybody's seen them," like it's nothing. A dead girl, eyes staring straight ahead. I had to stop looking at it.
Her poor parents. No, I see the boyfriend's cashing in on it.
She's trending all over. Hashtag rip Emily, hashtag gone, hashtag lived her best life, hashtag so sad, hashtag lives on in our hearts.
I posted rip and a broken heart emoji.
The boyfriend sold his story, our secret reconciliation, the plans for the future even our closest friends didn't know about, the jealous feud that went too far.
Does it say anything about me? Does it say? Say anything? Anything about me? Does it say anything? Does it say anything about me?